This is day 2 of our koi pond construction project. Behind me, the rock wall went all the way across. It had some large rocks. I was able to take the backhoe and the tractor, pull those up out of the way, push them across the field, more dragging them than lifting them because they're so heavy. As I started digging this area out, trying to make it level enough to work out here, I realized that I could take the dirt from here and start making a rampway up where the stream's going to go. So I packed dirt up there. Once I get everything dug out and the waterfall, it'll probably go even higher than that, but right now it's at a good height that I can dig dirt out of here, take the tractor up around, dump it in a pile, and then come back in on the other side over here without having to back up, do 5-point turns with the backhoe hanging off the back of the tractor in a very tight area. Mainly today I've been trying to cut this area down approximately level. It was about 12 inches high on the side by the driveway. So I've been having to use the backhoe to break up the dirt, pull out a few rocks out of here, get a pile, then come in with the tractor, front loader, load it, take it up and in a pile. I have to continue to kind of level this down and then I can start laying out for the liner. But before I start digging for the liner, I have along this rock wall beside the driveway, there's going to be about 5 or 6 feet between the pond area and the wall, and we're going to want to have a planting bed there. I'm going to go ahead, while I still have access to this area, I'll dig out dirt a little bit deeper, bring in topsoil up against there so we can make a planting bed against that. Once I have this pond hole dug, I won't be able to get the backhoe over there to do any of that digging. That'll be the next part of the construction out here. I've put a rope across here approximately where the edge of the pond will begin and where the stream coming down from the waterfall. So this will be sloped coming down here, going to the deeper part of the pond right here. When I opened up the wall by taking out the big rocks, I took some of the smaller rocks and kind of rebuilt the wall over here to hold the dirt that I'm piling in place to make a rampway. As I continue to add dirt to this area, instead of making this as a vertical wall, it'll start sloping up also, coming up to the waterfall, make some planting beds in here with good potting soil on that slope there. The waterfall feature will be approximately this area facing towards the house, so the water splashes out towards the house. The rock wall along the edge of the driveway in this corner where it makes the turn, I'll have to build that up higher. I'm not sure yet how high this waterfall feature will be. When I get the pump, it'll have a spec sheet about the flow rate at different height levels. That'll give me a good idea of how high I can make this. Leveled out, removed dirt out of the area to make an area approximately level where the koi pond will go. Have driven stakes into the ground around the perimeter, and I've run a rope around so I can get an idea of where the pond layout will be. On the side over here up against this rock wall, I've already dug that down about 2 feet deep, removed the clay and rock soil out of there, replaced it with really good topsoil. This topsoil was dug out in the field where we're going to build a trout pond out there. It was an area that has silted in, so it's a very good silty topsoil. It's a little bit more than we really need here, but at this point it's easier to put it here, level it out, take away what I need, because once I get this pond here, I won't be able to get heavy equipment over to this side easy. The way this structure will work is there will be a waterfall up on the little hillside back behind me here. There'll be a liner coming down from that, attaching to the liner that has the pond body in it. There'll be another liner on the side here with a hand pump as a fountain. On this end of the pond, there will be a filter which has a pump in it that will then recirculate back up to the waterfall. When I'm out here digging with the backhoe, I'll go ahead and dig out where that filter is going to go, replace it with probably the topsoil, which is easy to dig. It's a lot easier than trying to dig this clay soil by hand to put that filter into place there. Because of the size of this, I can't just dig it in one pass with the backhoe. Because of the reach of my backhoe, I'm going to have to start on the upper edge, dig down to the depth that I want the pond over there, pile the dirt into the area of the pond, move it out of the way, and work my way back across the pond and take the excess dirt out between these two rock walls here. It's going to be a lot of very tedious excavation, but with the rock walls here, I can't get access to this pond from only this direction anymore. The other thing I'm doing as I'm excavating this is I'm keeping an eye out for rocks out here, rocks that I'll use to build a wall to hold up the grass on the house side of the pond, but also rocks that I can line the pond with, little pebbles. As I find these, I'm just collecting them, putting them in a bucket, and then dumping them on the edge of flower beds where there's nothing planted. Over a couple of weeks, the rain will wash all the dirt off of these rocks, and then I can put them in the pond without introducing a lot of dirt back into it. It's been about 2 more days of digging with the backhoe. I have a lot of dirt and rocks excavated from where the koi pond will be. Really can't do too much more digging in here with the backhoe, but the bottom's very rough. Sides are rough. I've got rocks that stick out in places. So the next couple of days, I'm going to be in here with a hand shovel, hand tools, smoothing out the bottom, smoothing out the sides, adjusting the depth, getting things level around the outside of this. Over on this end, where the pond will be opposite the waterfall, I've already dug out for where the filter will go. Filter and pump will go down into here. We'll run electricity over to this area. The weather has changed a lot the last couple of days. It's gotten real cool. It's going to be good weather to get in there and be able to dig into here. I'm working on installing the waterfall filter for the koi pond. This plastic barrel here will be connected by piping to a pump on the other end of the pond. Water will come up through here. We'll show you the plumbing of that in just a minute. But as the water fills up in this reservoir, then it will spill over a lip and cascade down over rocks down to the koi pond. With this waterfall filter, it's important to have it level left to right so the water spills over evenly. And I have it with just about a 1/4 inch drop this way so the water in here will spill over the edge. There's a fitting that goes through the back wall of the waterfall filter that has a rubber gasket on the inside of the filter. These screw together tightly. This fitting has threading on the inside of it for 1.5 inch PVC pipe. So there's a PVC elbow that is on the inside of the water filter pointing down. There's a baffle that slides down and slots inside the waterfall filter that keeps the water coming in that pipe, shoots it down, makes it come out at the bottom of the waterfall filter, pointing in one direction, so it creates a circular pattern inside this filter that'll run the water up through the filter media in there. On the outside of the waterfall filter, it has the threaded fitting that I have Teflon tape on the pipes going into these fittings, and I don't want any leaks there. I have PVC that comes down and then connects to flexible PVC pipe that will go to the pump on the other end of the pond. At the bottom of the waterfall filter, there's the same through fitting that's threaded. I have that buried under dirt right now as I was steadying this up, making sure it was secure. I then come out with PVC pipe and stair step it down a little bit, and then go out to a gate valve that will be inside of a valve box that I could open up and open that gate valve, drain this filter system down. All of this will be covered by several feet of dirt, bringing it up high, making a hill behind the waterfall. And as I build this up, I'll have to bring in rocks and build up rock walls to hold this hill in place. I've dug a trench from the waterfall filter around to where the pump filter will go. I've put the flexible PVC pipe in there. That's a 2-inch flexible PVC pipe. It's about 14 inches deep. While I had this trench dug, I also ran electrical wiring up to where the waterfall berm will be. There'll have to be an outlet up there for some lights and aeration pumps in the deeper part of the pond. I also have a small 3/4 inch flexible PVC pipe I'm running in this trench that will go also to that filter box where the pumps are. This will come over to an area over here where we'll have a hand pump as a fountain flowing back down into the pond on this side. While I have all these trenches dug, it's easier to run all this piping now. I've been building up the mound around the waterfall filter, bringing in loads of dirt and rocks at the same time, using the rocks to hold this mound in place because it's such a steep hillside. As I got up to the top of the mound, I've been adding pockets of topsoil that I'll be used for planting areas up here. I've then taken and smoothed out the ground going down to the koi pond itself. Have a couple of stair steps down that will go down to the pond. Next step, I'll take this steel membrane fabric, lay it down over this ground. It protects the liner from sharp rocks, which there shouldn't be any here, but it's just an extra layer of protection. And then the rubber liner will go over this, stair stepping down, and then I can start laying rocks up against this waterfall feature, start building from the waterfall, working down towards the pond.